All right, I want to show you how we're transitioning this bed from summer to fall. So the first step when you're doing that is to harvest. You want to harvest as much as you can from the beds. And for us, we have loads of tomatoes. We have this huge towering basil. We have some peppers that we've already harvested from. We have flowers, obviously, some herbs, huge bell peppers like this one. So you want to get all the fruit off that you can right now. And that's also going to take the pressure off the plant to support that fruit so it can finish up fruiting however much it's going to do for the rest of the season. So harvest first, then the next step is to prune back. So for our perennial herbs and our flowers that we want to keep, I'm mostly trying to get everything out of the center of the garden so that we have room to plant on the inside. So I'm cutting back some of our flowers. I'm going to cut back some of the herbs from the edge, like this oregano, so you can save all this, dry it, use it all winter long. So I'm going to prune back, and then the next step is to get these weeds out to start to clear the soil area. So I'm just going to kind of run my hand through the garden space and get any kind, there's like little tree weeds, all kind of stuff that's growing up in the soil area. Got a little weed here, weeds back here by the tomatoes. Here's a little bit of grass weed, if I can get it out. Got another tree weed. So this is the perfect time to just clear the garden space of anything that's not wanted. And there's lots of things that are hiding in here because the garden has been so full. So you get all the weeds out, you prune everything back toward the edge of the bed. Like these chives were looking kind of sad, so I'm just going to cut these off, let them grow back. And I just go through the bed kind of like with a fine tooth comb, and I'm just pruning everything back to make way for the next season. So I prune, I harvest, and I clear. Now once I do that, I'm just going to work on this side of the bed to show you. Oh, I found another bell pepper. Then we're going to turn the soil a little bit. Now you don't always have to do this, but this particular soil has really gotten compacted over the last season. You can see I put my hori in here, and the soil is just kind of like cement. It's pretty surprising, but it is very hard. So I'm just taking my hori and just giving a little bit of lift to the soil, turning it over just a little bit in hopes to get a little bit of extra air in that soil, make some way for the new roots of the plants that are going to be going in. You can see when this soil is so dried out, so compacted, it's really not able to absorb water anymore. So as I turn it a little bit, you can see just how dry it is and compact it is. So I'm just going to aerate the soil a little bit. Don't have to flip everything over. You're not like tilling it or anything. Generally, I don't do this if the soil is nice and loose. So if the soil has a better structure at this point, I would not aerate it, but because of the structure that it is right now, I am going to do that. Once I've done that, then it's time to just come in and add some amendments. So I'm just doing mushroom compost right now. Now, generally I would pull this tomato. I'm going to leave the peppers because I know they'll keep producing through the fall. I was going to pull the tomato, but my client wants to keep them a little bit longer so that they can use them for events. So we're going to keep the tomatoes, keep the peppers, keep the herbs. And then once you get everything turned, now we're just going to add a layer of compost to the top. Like I said, if your soil is in better condition, you don't even have to turn the soil. You can just put the compost right on top. And I don't mix this in. I just literally place it right on top, and then we'll plant right into it for the next season. So if you're using enough compost. You can get, you know, a truckload of this. I'm going to lift the irrigation up above it so it doesn't get buried. And then we just put compost all around these plants like this. And now we are ready for the next season's planting. So I can come in with plants, with seeds, anything I want to add. And then as the season progresses, we'll pull things out of the garden as they diminish. But this is how you prep a garden for the next season. So harvest first, prune back, clean and clear, and aerate the soil a little bit, and then add in your compost, and you're ready to plant.